What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about Love and Hip Hop season 11, episode 10. It is going down, and it seems like Erica is out here basically putting Safaree on Front Street and also letting us know that she was recently intimate with Safaree in February. Like, OMG, after the divorce, after you said he wasn't at the hospital, after you said he didn't cheated on you, and we done seen him cheat on you, we done seen him bring other girls on the show and try to have them as cast members, and you said he didn't buy your daughter a birthday gift for her birthday in February, and you still, laid down with the man. You supposed to get your children's gift and get them out the way. And if you want him to taste your Bloody Mary, then that's what you're supposed to do. That way you won't feel so hurt because you got more out of the situation instead of a wet you know what. But in any event, let's get down to the whole situation. This is totally crazy. Like, what's really going on? So we got Bambi. She's basically starting off the scene because they are in her new house, and her house definitely do look nice. And she's celebrating with her girls, and they're basically having camaraderie among one another and just going through the woes and the O's of going through a divorce and being with men that they ain't with no more. And Bambi house is very nice, and Sierra's like, this house feels so dude free. And then we got Bambi said ain't no scrubs invited to her party, especially if you don't got a car to get over here. So I don't know if Bambi was shading Scrappy or what was going on. Do Scrappy not have a car? I haven't seen Scrappy recently driving a car. So was she throwing an undertone shot, or she was just playing off the words of the song from No Scrubs, okay, with TLC. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that whole situation. But it's getting crazy in this situation when it comes to Sierra, what is going on? You is supposed to call your girl as soon as her ex-husband call you. He texts you. You're supposed to let her know, like, yo, your man's calling me, your husband's calling me. I don't even want to speak to him like that. For real, you're supposed to let them know up front. You're supposed to, man calls you that is connected to your girl and hitting you up, she's supposed to know that he's calling, okay? That way she can say something to him and stop him from whatever he gonna do. But Safaree wanting to get with Sierra is crazy. Like, what's really going on? Is this really true? Like, what's going on? Sierra said that they're going to confront Safaree. Like, this is crazy. So let's get into this whole situation where Erica basically wanted Sierra to reveal that when it comes to Safaree, that Safaree was hitting her up and talking to her and things of that nature. And it seems like when it comes to Sierra Gates, that she basically said that this wasn't supposed to be out here in these streets for anybody to talk about or actually be on a syndicated show, child. This is a whole mess, but one thing is for sure, Erica's going to do everything that she can to throw Safaree under the bus and warn and let the people know how bad and how dirty Safaree is towards her, and also to keep the other women away. But the woman ain't going to stay away, Erica. No matter what you say about Safaree, no matter how you say how bad he is, how awful he is, no matter if he likes Bloody Marys from you and things of that nature, it ain't going to change, because they going to still come for him. Because just like you go back to him, and you went back to him after he did all these things to you, I'm pretty sure there are women that are hooking up with him and want to be with him, and they don't care what you say. So it is what it is. And it seems like Erica wanted to throw Safaree under the bus to tell the world how trifling he is, but at the same time she threw a homegirl under the bus, unless she wanted to throw them both under the bus. Child, this is a whole mess. Amara is not going nowhere until that check is cut, and she has another season, so Safaree as well. So they gonna stick together no matter how much you trash the man. He gonna be out here in these streets getting it and getting it. All you can do is keep your legs closed to a man that mistreats you and your kids, child. That's what you say. I ain't saying that Safaree you do that, but it is what it is. But in any event, Sierra basically said Safaree was hitting her up, talking to her on the phone, and they were talking about relationships, and she was talking about her husband and how bad the relationship between her and Eric was. And Safaree was a voice of reason. I have no idea how Safaree would be a voice of reason when Safaree is a hoochie daddy and Safaree is for the streets. Okay, Safaree believe in having more than one woman. Safaree believes that his woman's supposed to respect him, and if they don't respect him and they cuss him out and call him bees and things of that nature, he's gonna go out and be with a bunch of bees. Okay, so in any event, Sierra said that he was calling her, and then he finally got her on the phone because he wanted to talk to her. And Safaree told her, "You know why I'm calling you. You know why I'm trying to hook up with you and trying to talk to you, because I know you're feeling the same way that I'm feeling." So basically, Safaree said that he wanted a relationship with Sierra because Sierra was coming over there to Erica's house and she was cooking that good old food. Matter of fact, she makes some good pot pie. OMG, her pot pie looks so good. I was like, Lord. So he was noticing that. I guess he was feeling that, or whatever the case was, and he wanted to get with her. Basically, he probably wanted to, screw her and have a relationship with her. Basically, a storyline, and also to hurt Erica as well, because at this time and point, Safaree does whatever he want to do, point blank, period. And some of it may as well to get back at Erica, because he feels like Erica should have never divorced him and left him. Especially, she shouldn't have, if she's going back to him and she keep going back to him. Like, child, and he didn't get your child a gift for her birthday in February, and you let him taste the Bloody Mary in February. Girl, like, come on. So in any event, like, yeah, this whole situation is crazy. And then Bambi is basically looking like she has no idea what's going on. Erica is basically saying this is between me, Sierra, and Safaree. Bambi don't know what's going on, and Bambi is acting shocked. She's acting surprised. She's looking at Sierra like, what? Sierra look like she's about to cry. Sierra look like she's embarrassed. Sierra also feels like she's being betrayed right now. This is, TV. Everybody gonna get their check regardless. But one thing is for sure, Sierra's voice did change. Her tone did change. She just felt like so awkward about the situation. So Sierra said that they're gonna confront Safaree. So let's see if this is true. Safaree didn't, say anything about this whole situation. But at this point, Sierra's basically saying that her and Erica had a bond and had a contract where they were basically trying to, make a deal with one another that this was not going to be brought on TV. This is just going to be for both of us. And right now at this point, Sierra feels betrayed by the whole situation. And, she's going through it, child. It is what it is. And then on top of that, Sierra says that she ended up telling Bambi what was going on in the situation. So as soon as this whole situation went down, she contacted Bambi. So Bambi making all these faces and stuff is fugazi. It's fake. Bambi's trying to fake the funk because she to act like she don't supposed to know. Now Sierra gets on social media and tell that Bambi knew too as well. Now Erica's gonna be feeling a certain type of way. It's going down. But in any event, Sierra basically states that these ladies talk to one another's husband. Erica talked to Eric, and and she also talked to Scrappy. So it seems like they were all involved in each other's relationships. Probably wasn't a good idea, because look how each and every relationship turned out. So they probably should have kept it to themselves. So this is why Scrappy did say that Bambi was projecting, because they are all talking to one another, and then they're calling one another man, talking about everything. Child, this is a whole mess. So you guys let me know what you think about this whole situation. So at this point, we have Erica basically saying that she feels a certain type of way that when it comes to Safaree, he's basically embarrassing her. He's embarrassing the kids. He's doing way too much. I think it's a little bit of both, where she should mention that she feels embarrassed too as well, that Safaree's out here in these streets, and he's buying Amara from Love and Hip Hop Miami, her daughter's Rolex watches, and she feels a certain type of way because no matter what happens, or no matter what goes on, no matter what she tries to do, Safaree always find a way to be with a woman. And then on top of that, Safaree tried to bring another woman on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and she got chased off. And then people that tried to befriend Safaree, they felt the wrath of Bambi, Sierra, and also Erica Mena. So at this point, Safaree got a little bit smart. Then he went over there to Love and Hip Hop Miami, sparked a relationship with Amara, and Erica and her girls are now over there. So therefore, he's doing what it do, baby. And when it comes to Amara, Amara is, she has a hard head. A hard head makes a soft ass, and that's just what she gonna feel out here in these streets. But it is what it is, because Safaree's definitely, and to me, when it comes to Amara, they might have some chemistry, but it's also to keep them relevant and to keep a storyline going too as well. Because now Safaree's on both shows, and he can be comfortable with Amara, because people ain't gonna really be chastising him or calling him out or saying that he's no good and he don't do this and he don't do that. So that's a whole situation. And it seems like them watches that Safaree did for Amara was, what it was. Like, she appreciated it, and, she just try to keep it going. And then on top of that whole situation, now you got Erica. She's basically coming out here and she's saying, Amara, be careful. But she's not really saying, Amara, be careful. But she's actually calling out Safaree and saying that Safaree used her. And Safaree basically used her son King to actually, get closer to her. And she's saying Safaree basically is using Amara's daughters to get close to her by buying them Rolex watches, because that's what he did to her. And then she's also saying that her oldest son King, after her and Safaree got married, he would not come and live with them because he felt that Safaree was faking all the attention, all the love that Safaree was showing King. King felt like it was fake. And then, Sierra co-signed that whole situation. So she's putting it out there that, Safaree is using Amara, and he's using her, I guess, for a storyline, I guess, to be on Love and Hip Hop Miami, or he's using her to fall in love with him, and he's going to use the kids. So she's doing everything and saying everything about Safaree to keep the woman away, for somebody to break up. Girls just don't leave a man and break up with a man, especially Erica, when you can't leave him and you can't break up with him. You divorced him, but you're still going back and forth. She's still going to get her licks, and she going to taste it because you said, you were going to postpartum depression. You also said, he mind F you. And then on top of that, it was good in the bed. They feel the same way. So you can be out here and you can try to scare the girls. Some girls would not want to deal with you and deal with that whole situation. It might not feel like Safaree's worth it, but there's some women that feel like Safaree would be worth it. To me, he wouldn't be worth none of the drama, none of the issues, or whatever the case may be. And the sad thing with the whole situation is Erica is saying that all these things Safaree is doing is to get back at her, is to hurt her. And, he's playing these games. He tried to get women by getting close to their children. If you know all this, why are you so bothered? And she basically that feels like Safaree is shaming her children, and he's not giving, her children that she has with him the same type of energy that he is giving Amada's children. So she's feeling a whole certain type of way. And if you let him get under your skin and you let him bother you and you continue to mess with him, he continue to play games with you because he wants you to suffer just like you want him to suffer. And you say the things about, that's why you guys go back and forth, talk reckless about each other. You guys have been talking reckless and interfering. Well, Erica's been interfering with every girl that Safaree has been with since he's been married to her and since he has divorced her. So this cycle is going to continue until somebody wake up and stop it. And Safaree seems like he's having a good time playing with you. When Safaree was dating Joe Budden's ex-girlfriend, you tried to fight her, or you did fight her, and then Kim Bella Mato, y'all ran her off of, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So, baby girl, you ain't gonna be able to run everybody off. And I think Amara is gonna hold tight. Muncie, her storyline, and a substitute daddy. And Amara has been bragging in a recent interview with BET that Safaree is spending almost every single day with her, like they are in bliss. And that is crawling up Erica's spine because she feels like Safaree should be home with his kids. Sometimes you can't control what a man do and how he do it. Only thing you control is how you handle the situation, how it affects you, and what you do to make sure your kids don't feel the negativity that is surrounding, their father and their mother. And also, Bambi made it clear that she feels like when it comes to Erica, she just wanted a reason to pounce on her, and she always had an issue with her, and that's how she's taking the whole situation. And Bambi basically said that she was addressing that lady term that Imani addressed towards her, and that was just the case. And she was basically saying Diamond coming after her, saying it's giving horse. And then you got Mama D, then you got Erica Dixon basically calling her old, and also saying that she was in a hot tub with Benzino and nobody wanted her, and blase and the thirds. It was a whole lot going on in the situation. So Bambi basically said she couldn't hold on to the water no more, so she just had to let it out because she felt like she was being dragged and she was being attacked. So she went into her armor and got the information out about the police report, and Erica Dixon allegedly giving Imani the 1-2 punch. And then moving on from that situation, you have, the recording that was dropped, and then a police report that was dropped. And I don't think Bambi really feels sorry for it. In this particular moment, she said she didn't want it to come out, but she said, what you expect me to do? They was attacking me. There's a whole lot of things that you could do, but she felt like, you know what, the gloves was off, and she took off the gloves, but I would have never brought up abuse and Imani and basically betraying the trust of my husband, my ex-husband, as far as recording him. And then on top of that, letting it be known that Erica was being investigated, but it probably was going to come out anyway, because I believe Erica was going to bring up the whole situation regardless. She's on this season and she was going to address it, but the sugar, honey, spice that was added to the situation, when Bambi responded to that lady, the floodgates came open and they started to go in on her, and she took out this and over there after the whole abuse situation came out to social media, and he was being recorded, but the voice is ugly. People are emotional, but this drama has always existed, and that's why I am out. So finito and done. And Bambi said that she's not going back to Scrappy. Bambi said she's not, it's clear he can't call her phone, he can't contact her, and all this other stuff. Like, she's done, she's finito with it.